BooBaes. BooBaes. Hi, hello. This is Joshua,
I'm Caitlin.
and we are your
BooBaes. We're
BooBaes.
your BooBaes.
Yes.
This is the show called
BooBaes.
BooBaes. That's right. We're spooky. We're freaky. We're babies.
Yeah. for
I'm
the most
baby.
part. You are. You get to be baby. You get to be whatever you
Just
want to
kidding.
be.
I'm daddy.
Oh,
That's right, bitches.
get you someone who can do both.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm a solid switch.
Versatility. It's a good thing to have.
It is.
You know, read the room.
Anyways, I have some corrections to make from last week.
Okay,
Or
make
from,
them.
and well, not corrections, more tidbits that I was like,
Ooh, you need to share.
that I left out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for A Nightmare on Elm Street, I vividly remember my mom growing up would always do the Tina thing. And so when I heard it immediately, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. My mom would always fucking do that.
Yeah, just to
And-
mess around, just joke
Yeah,
around.
yeah. And because, well, when she was young, that movie had just come out.
Yeah.
She was, 12 or something.
Yeah.
And her best friend Melanie at the time would I guess was super into playing little pranks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would mess with my mom. She wouldn't say Brittany, but 'cause that's not quite as scary.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah. But so she would hide behind little doors and stuff and be like, Tina,
Oh,
and fuck with my mom.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
I love that.
there was this hallway that in my mom's house that I guess had mirrors kind of all towards the end of it. And her friend would come down and the way that
long
the
arms.
mirrors were, she
Yeah.
could do her arms all
Long arm
weird,
Freddy.
like the accordion arms. And so she would always kind of mess with her
Yeah.
in that. And so then I remember my mom.
So your mom's trauma had to become your trauma.
Yes.
Yes.
And then also I remember, I always remembered it being a red door.
In front, on the front, where the mama gets
Yes.
sucked in.
And just
Yeah.
red, that house been
Everything,
having
yeah.
a red door the whole time. And to the point where anytime I saw a red door
You
growing
thought of
up,
that.
I was like, oh,
Synonymous.
that's Freddy Krueger house. Can't go there.
Yeah.
Just because they had a fucking red door.
Mm-hmm.
The door's fucking blue. The door is blue the
Mandela
whole
effect?
goddamn time. Because then I told my mom and she was like, the door was red, wasn't it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no, Mom, it's blue. It's blue.
Yeah.
I went and double checked because I was like, am I fucking crazy? And I was like, is there a red door somewhere? And then I don't know if maybe it's in one of the
A sequel.
later ones or
It
something.
might be.
Or if it was just my mom misremembered and then the whole time growing up,
That
she had
imprinted
told
on
me,
you.
and then
Yeah.
and so maybe we just both had this shared
Yeah.
memory that was fake.
That seems about right.
Or Freddy's already
I-
killed us and this is
All
the
a dream.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Because
Plugged
apparently
into
he
the
goes
system.
into the Matrix.
Mm.
Really, was what it looked like.
We'll get into the digital little
Mm-hmm.
whatever out, digi out,
Yeah,
Mhm.
digi out.
digi out.
But
yeah, no, I love that. It's Tina.
yeah. Because I called my mom afterwards and she was like, yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters. She said that she had trouble falling asleep for a long time.
I
She was pretty fucked up from the movie. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, how interesting.
bet. Yeah.
I mean, I imagine at the time that had to have been.
Well, and also too, that's
it is still
that's
scary.
a great feeling though when a movie. I mean, for me, anyways, when a movie really leaves you scared, and you have to go home and check your closet
Mm-hmm.
and run at real fast when you get to the bed when you turn the lights off
Yep.
or something like that.
It was when I saw the first Annabelle in theaters. I went
Mm.
by myself and it was spring break. So
Mhm.
I had to go home alone because none of my roommates were
Yeah.
home.
I think that was me with Annabelle 2. That one actually, I think, gave me a little bit more of a spook. But there was a scene here I was talking about Annabelle, not the actual movie that we're talking about.
Yeah.
The demon crawling on the ceiling real fast to her. It's just
Yeah.
ooh.
I have another big anecdote for that, but I'll save
we'll
that
get
for
to
when we
that.
talk about that movie.
Which we will.
But today we are talking about
Yeah.
an actual personal favorite of mine. I remember the first time I saw this film and I was like, yes, I loved it. I just put my mouth all over this microphone. I got so excited. We're talking about VHS.
What's inside you today?
VHS tapes.
There we are. Yeah.
VHSs are in. What if your butt could just play VHS tapes?
That
You put it in.
sounds like
Rewind
an
it.
AI feature for new technology that
And
should be
then,
coming out soon.
hey, and that could tie into 94 with the creatures.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking
Full
about
circle.
the first one
VHS.
right now. We'll bring that back up later.
Mm-hmm.
So was this the first time you've seen VHS?
So no, I watched it in 2013
Okay.
with my friend Miguel, and I remember specifically we went to Hastings to go rent it because
Hastings.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
said he stinks. And
No,
I was like, wow, we're just really roasting
Shout
Miguel.
out. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. The shade. Nah.
Like, I fucking hate him.
I don't know how we heard about it, but I think he had heard about it. And so we were like, all right. So we went to Hastings, we rented it. And that was the first time I watched it. And I do remember like not being in love with it.
Really?
Yeah, but being more so just, I mean, I think it's understandable. Just like, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It is. I mean, it's a lot.
yeah. But I think also too, rewatching it with time, I can appreciate it more now. I guess I think I was just being like super critical, or maybe not even critical enough, and just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, watched it in 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to our ratings.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yes. Yeah. I just couldn't remember because whenever I mentioned this, it seemed like you were like, but I think it was about the 94 one.
It was about the 94.
Okay.
Which, and then also subsequently, I haven't seen VHS 2 or VHS Viral either.
I've
so
seen
I need to watch
VHS too.
those.
I don't think I've seen Viral.
I saw that Viral is like everybody's least favorite. Out of all of
Yeah.
them. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember I wasn't a big fan of 2. And so then I was like,
Wasn't so hyped up for Viral.
yeah. And then so I didn't watch it.
Yeah. So I also didn't, I guess, realize that they're already on their their third sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
Well, I
just
mean,
haven't
yeah.
paid attention since the first one came out.
Because now when I think about it, 2012, it's been 10 years.
Yeah,
So
that's wild to think about too.
it is.
I graduated in 2012. So
Me
I'm
as
like,
well.
yeah. So it's gonna be 10 years next
Mhm.
year. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. Because you like go through like, I guess your young 20s, just like very like, that day is never gonna come, or I don't feel
Yeah.
old, like. And now I'm just like, I mean, we're still not old. We're very young.
Yeah.
But compared to the rest of the population, but like, yeah, it's still a little,
It is.
surreal.
When you're like, oh, wait,
Yeah, like,
I actually do have to go to a high school reunion.
Yeah, or
like
like
this year.
also the grown up things of like, oh, I actually should be going to the doctor for maybe a checkup, or making sure everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just everything.
Being an adult sucks.
It does sometimes.
Speaking of things that suck, the guys at the beginning of this film, and
Horrible
I am
people.
so fucking happy. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie,
Yeah.
go fucking watch it. Come back to us. So glad they all die.
Yeah,
Because they're all trash.
literally.
I feel
Horrible
like this
people.
this film is like a commentary on how much men are fucking suck.
Oh, I was thinking that the other day on my way home, on my way home.
About how much men suck?
Yes, well, in the moment there was a man, and like he was not going when the light moved, and I'm just like, ugh, and I'm already in a rush, and so I'm just like, finally he went, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, and he's on his phone like this as he's like driving away, and I'm just like, and then I went off on a
Could have hit
tangent,
8 small children.
and then it went off in a tangent. I mean, granted, sure, I've looked at my phone before. We all have, I'm sure, in the car. That's fine. But I was just like, it went on a tangent in my mind. I'm just like, men are so unobservant. Like, pay attention. Like, I don't know.
It really got
But
you going.
It could be just
Riled you
human
up.
beings. That's just human beings in
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
We all suck.
Yeah. And then I had to calm myself down because I'm like, wait a minute. I just like hit a curb like
Jesus.
like 3 minutes before this. So like, okay. But no, not with my car. It was I was picking up something from the store from HEB, and I was I couldn't break it basically. So I was walking with it, and it was covering my face, and it was a big old vase and like some stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I was like, why
I
are
was
you
walking really fast
trying to break
and I didn't
something?
realize that, like the little thing where they have sand to like break up the parking lot, like those little curvy things.
yeah.
I like literally fumbled on that and like caught myself like and almost like broke it, and yeah, it would have been like really like
So you were
Like a-
unobservant as well.
yeah, in that moment I
Mm.
was, but I was also just like, when you're moving too fast and you're just like,
Yes.
you gotta slow down.
Yes, I do that.
Also, how I
almost
got
every
this
day.
cut on my finger.
Oh no!
Look
I
at
don't know
that.
why
I cut
my
it really
immediate
deep.
reaction
It's
was to just
taken-
like touch it and rub it.
My precious. It's taken weeks.
Let me
to
put
finally
my
heal.
germs in it.
Aw. You can sprout little Caitlin.
Aw,
Be like
we'll become one.
yeah, like an infused
Are we
twin.
blood sisters now?
Yeah, we.
Is that?
I think that's how that works.
We have
I
a
think
blood.
that's
oath.
what that means. Anyways, yeah, we got these criminals. These gang.
They're literally
men.
harassing women and like
Literally, and recording it all.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this film takes no. I mean, you see plenty of titties. You even see a dick
yeah. You do,
in it,
which you don't see a lot.
No,
There's
yeah,
not enough
you don't
dicks in
typically
cinema and movies. Please, whoever's making movies, put more dicks
put more
in
dicks
movies.
in
please.
the movies.
We've seen. I mean, we love the BooBaes. We're the BooBaes, but
That's right.
put some more dicks in it.
And I feel like we can't even
Equality.
rate her boobs because she did not
Oh,
give
yeah.
consent to that.
Mm-mm.
So, fucking yeah, that pissed me off so much. I was like, I forgot that that's how this film starts.
Yeah.
So they're trash human beings. It's really setting it up. We get to the most awkward goddamn sex tape on the face of the planet.
Literally. Yeah.
Ugh, like
Cringe.
when they both stand up and they're trying to unbutton each other's pants. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, with the lights are on too, and it's like, I mean, that's fine if you want to fuck
there's
with
no
the lights
nuance. There's no.
on. Yeah, it's just like, and then
Yeah.
homegirl also didn't consent to be filmed for sex.
Yeah.
So
It's horrible.
not good.
We do not condone any sexual assaults on this podcast.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Fuck these men.
Yeah. Literally, they get what's coming to them.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Like, not mad about any of them dying.
Nope. Yeah.
Especially the last two.
Yeah.
Gary and Zach, I think are their names because fuck them. They're doing it for $50.
Literally
too.
$50. And also too, who just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to this fucking abandoned house and like look for a VHS tape.
Yeah, for
like,
money, which is like, and
shady.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that is the whole plot of the film. In the event that y'all haven't, the whole object is to go find and retrieve this one VHS tape.
Cassette tape. Yeah.
And
that, they don't know which one it is.
No, they don't. They said, but they've been told you will know when you find it. And they are offered a large sum of money. I don't think it really says how much.
No.
But it is, I guess, enough to make them want to break into someone's fucking house.
Compelled
and
to do so.
I feel like if you're getting asked to go steal something as small, seemingly small as a VHS tape, like you have to kind of expect that maybe there's a big fucking catch.
Yeah, yeah.
Something's
for sure.
not
because
right.
why couldn't they just get this for themselves if it's just a VHS tape?
And then also the guy knew because while they're driving over there, he's like, yeah, he's a fan of your work. And the man was like, how does he know what we do? We don't attach our names to anything. And then you can kind of see the gears turning in the main dickhole's head. And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. He just knows. And
yeah,
that should be a red flag.
Red flag.
Right there should be like, oh,
so there's something going on.
Maybe this isn't good. I don't know. But
so they get to the house.
Yep.
Right. And they find that old man sitting in front of all those televisions.
And I just
He's dead. He's
they're
dead,
so
you guys.
chill.
It's a corpse.
Except not.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, we'll get there.
But I don't understand how you can be chill with.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah.
They're like, oh, he's dead. Oh, he stinks. And it's like,
well, I mean, they're rewind 5 minutes.
yeah. I
These
mean,
are
they're just
trash
trash.
people.
And I don't.
These are trash.
And but then they sit there and they sit with like I don't think in any if I found a dead body, regardless of how trash I was, I don't think I'd just sit there and be like, well, let me just play this VHS tape.
Yeah.
That is a little bit like what?
Yeah.
Like
right
I
next to
would
them.
not be chill with sitting with a dead guy
Yeah.
to watch a movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Like
I mean,
not
I
at
think
all.
I don't know. Oh no. Yeah.
I'll sit with my dolls all goddamn day.
You do.
Not
That's enough.
Not I don't need an actual dead person. I don't need the ghost.
I wouldn't even know what I would do, honestly. I mean, I think I'd be intrigued.
I know for
a
sure I
little
wouldn't
bit.
sit there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sit there. Yeah, I'd be like, ooh.
I also don't
Take a
think I could
second
handle that smell.
look.
I think I would be vomiting.
Yeah, death.
Because
smell.
even I think, okay, first off, I just vomit a lot.
Okay.
That's like my body's first reaction to
Vomiting right
everything.
now. Yeah.
I am puking as we speak. But like there was one part where I was like, God damn, I wasn't eating oatmeal, watching this one this morning.
Good.
It might have been last night it was last night when I was watching 94. And I was eating ice cream and there was I think it was the liquid that spews from the rat people's mouths.
Yeah, the black liquid.
And I was eating like a kind of chocolatey ice cream and I was like,
oh no.
and I started
yeah.
So,
oh my gosh.
My body.
I can see you.
If
that.
I see something gross, I'm like,
yeah.
And it's not like joke. Like it's like, no, my stomach gets actually upset.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't. I've like literally have almost thrown up washing dishes before when I lived with a disgusting human and they left their shit in the sink.
It gets all gross and moldy and smelly.
She had like friends over and had like shrimp fucking scampi.
Oh
and
yeah.
then left the plates
sauce
in there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's not cute.
And she got like moldy and shrimpy.
It's dairy, and there's dairy in there too. I'm sure Alfredo. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna have friends over, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna have a fucking mess in this house. And oh god.
Yeah.
Anyways, almost puked there.
It's always gross having to clean up after someone else. So.
Anyways,
It's not even your mess.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes it worse.
Yeah. Rage.
So they're all just chill with the dead body. Apparently, I guess you get used to the smell. Maybe he's freshly dead, not that stinky.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah, freshly dead
to be.
Yeah, because he's still moving. Oh, sorry, brother, can't answer you. But so then we get to the first film.
Yeah.
First guy sits down and he's like,
I'm gonna pop this one in. Let's see if this is the one.
Yep.
While everyone else is like roaming the house.
Mm-hmm. For whatever, they lock him in the room.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucking like, these people are all just.
They will all turn each other at a moment's
notice. These men
money.
get 0 booze from us. -0.5. -5.
Yeah.
-100. Hate them. But
don't be like these men.
Yes. We get to the first film though, and I put also full of trash men.
Yeah, literally. It's Shane, Patrick, Clint.
Yes.
Literally.
Fucking trash.
Douchebags.
They're filming.
But honestly, I'm sure that's exactly what, you're supposed to think of these people,
Yes. Yeah. We're not supposed to be their biggest fan.
That's the vibe.
Clint is the one with glasses, right?
Yeah.
Who is being forced to record. So that in and of itself.
But even then, complicity.
Yes.
Come on.
Exactly.
Nobody's holding a gun to your head, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he's, again, filming people without consent, not okay.
Yeah.
But he is, I see, the one that has, I guess, a little bit the most common sense about him. And it's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Shane and Patrick are more just like dicks.
Yeah. Like, which one at the beginning, like, when they start, after they do the shot and the guy starts humping the bed, I'm literally like, what a guy thing to do.
Yeah.
I was like,
very frat bro.
Ew. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Very that trope.
If you've ever sat there and done that before you go out, I hate you.
Let's rethink some choices.
Yeah.
We're not saying we're judging you, but we're judging you.
Yeah. I am 100%.
Yeah.
I will come out and say that right now, flat to your face.
Hump the air. All right. So we got Shane, Patrick, and Clint. Their goal was to take advantage of some women tonight and record it. Basically, that's the long gist.
Get some shots.
Yeah. So they rent a whole motel room and everything. So sleazy.
Yeah.
So
bring her back to
their intentions. So yeah, Clint is wearing glasses that have a hidden camera in them and a microphone so he can record people.
They're out having drinks, and slowly our girl starts to appear. You see her from, she's kind of behind some little pillars and stuff for a bit in some of the first shots, and then she finally comes up.
She's sleuthing her way to the men.
She has her target in sight, and then she comes up and she does her my favorite little, I like you.
Literally.
I like you.
I like you.
And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay, yeah, for sure. That was easy. We got one.
Yep. It was clear that he's like, this one's not
all there.
Yeah. This is kind of weird. And then, but he's like, whatever, just going to go with it.
Yeah.
And I high-key love her.
I mean, she's got it going on.
She does.
Props to her. I mean,
they get one girl real drunk and they're all leaving.
Miss Lisa.
And whenever they get kicked out of the bar for whatever reason, I'm not really sure what happened in that scene. It was so
the commotion,
fast moving. Yeah. And she's like crouching down, and then Patrick comes up to her and she like immediately moves away. I'm like, yeah, she does not like him.
Yeah, not at all.
We will find out how much she doesn't like him later on. I'm sorry, please cut that out.
Leave it in.
No. Oh, but so
the demon trying to escape out of us.
I put this note though, because that one scene, Clint goes into the bathroom at the bar still, and he just looks at him and he's like, Jesus fuck, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And like staring in the mirror. And I do that every time I am fucking trashed.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit there. It's like one of my vague memories that always pops up is like I'll be like going to the bathroom and my head's like, woo, you know? Yeah, as I'm like sitting down to pee and I'm like having to hold the walls. And then I like will go to the sink and I'm just like, what am I doing? What the fuck?
Literally, same.
And so I was like, I really felt that.
I think everybody has that moment where you're looking in the mirror and you're just like, and you're also trying to convince yourself, no, I'm not that drunk. Let's get back out there.
Keep going.
Let's go. Let's go. You still have another bar to get to and you got to get home.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's it. And when she's like, who's driving? I was like, none of you should be driving.
This is also 2012, right? Still,
yeah.
Right? So,
yes.
Or
actually,
a little before, I guess,
yeah.
since it's not. Yeah. But yeah.
Because I know that the second one had a timestamp of 98 on it. No, that was the last one. The last one has it's on Halloween of 98.
Yeah.
It's the last film.
So we don't really know when it's taking place, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah. Even so, like, time before Ubers and Lyfts, like, I mean, we live in a city where we don't have taxis or really that much of a, anything like that, really.
Yeah.
So before, no, you had no choice.
But so homegirl, they get him back to the motel.
Yeah.
And which one is it?
It's Patrick.
Patrick's
right?
on the
Lisa.
couch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Lisa's the girl. The other guy is with Lisa. Patrick is the one who comes home alone. What is his name though? Shane. Okay. Yeah. So Shane is the like head dickhole. Yeah. I think he's really leading the bunch.
Yeah.
And he's got Lisa, and they're fucking. And then she falls asleep, and then he's like, he would have gone for it had they not been there, I think.
Yeah.
And had stopped him because, like, thankfully, Patrick was like, dude, she's out. And then Clint was like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, and then Shane gets up and starts making out with his girl.
Literally.
And I'm like,
Clint's like, what the fuck?
And then Patrick's just like, ooh. And so then he goes away and comes back. And then she, like, gets him involved.
Yeah.
And then the way that it pans up and Patrick's taking off his fucking pants.
And she's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And she hisses at him. Yeah. And he's like, what are you, a goddamn cat?
Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
I've totally hissed at people before, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just kind of funny. You
just
just look at them and you're like,
show them all the fangs.
I love it.
Yeah.
But homeboy gets excessively mad about the girl falling asleep too.
Yeah.
Like he's like, they got some anger issues.
Well, yeah, they're dicks. They're assholes.
And they pull off her clothes and stuff. And then that's when you see first too, before he even gets on, is like Clint's like, dude, wait, stop. Like, cause her feet,
they're scaly.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gross.
Clawy. Yeah.
Like upper body looked good. And then
Clint was like, oh, she's definitely, there's something going on here.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this is weird. And then whenever she brings Clint in for the kiss, her tongue's black.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh.
But these boys are too horned up to care to notice.
Yeah. And like then, because then he starts trying to take off his pants. And I put the way couch guy starts taking off his pants too. I can't remember his name.
Patrick, yes.
Couch guy.
Couch guy. He will forever be couch guy now.
Yep.
Couch guy number 1.
And then so Clint kind of backs up then because he's like, what? And then Patrick comes running into the bathroom because she bit his fucking him. Ooh, his hand looked gross. Ooh. I was like, yeah.
And at that moment, they both know now, this bitch is crazy.
She cray.
She ain't even,
And they watch Shane get dead.
Yeah,
The way she jumps off the fucking bed with his body.
It's a little comedic.
That part kind of cracks me up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, ding. It's a very like, we both just got lifted up and then we're down.
Literally.
And I don't know. It's very funny to me. But
so yeah.
I love it.
They are she killed Shane.
They killed Shane. They're hiding out in the bathroom. And I have to say here, the acting is honestly spot on.
Yeah.
No matter how trash they are, it feels like you are in this movie with them.
Yeah.
Like
the fear.
It's not like so unrealistic. Like it feels like this was actually fucking happening to them.
Yeah.
Like it does not feel at all like Hollywood. Like it feels like we actually found a fucking film of somebody getting with their life. Like
all of the aesthetic and all the nuance that's happening, it puts you in that element.
Patrick's a real fucking good actor.
Yeah.
Like, cause that was really when I wrote it down. Cause I was just like, he is fucking killing it.
He sold it for you.
It was so good. So good.
Commitment.
Cause I felt like, fuck, man, am I about to get killed too?
Yeah.
Like,
I love
and I've seen this movie so many times. Yeah. And so it was still.
Do you feel like you had when was the last time you watched it before this again?
It's probably been about 2 years.
Okay. Did you have like a better appreciation this time watching it, or a different like?
I think I was paying a little bit more attention to things like that. Because
you have to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was like, maybe I should pay like a little bit more close attention because a lot of the times, when you rewatch movies too, you
sometimes
zone out.
Oh yeah, okay,
a little bit. I will if I've seen it before and it's
what's gonna happen or what's happening.
Yeah, and maybe this is I was watching it maybe to show someone it because they had never seen it. I don't know if that was the case, but a lot of the times for me, if I am showing someone a film I've already seen, most of the time I'm like okay, and I'll kind of zone out.
Yeah, I feel that.
So this time I think I was just paying extra attention, and it was good. I really liked it.
The acting was really good. Patrick's gonna use this curtain rod apparently to protect them.
They come out. She's in that weird ass pose. She's like, what? and
she's living her. She's getting all her oats.
Yes. This is Hollywood for her.
Yeah.
But she fucking rips his dick off.
Literally.
That's my favorite part.
That was the best part.
I was like, I put in all caps. I forgot she fucking rips his dick off. Yeah. Oh my god.
Literally, right for the genitalia.
Yep. Because she's like going at it, and then you just see
literally
dick and balls.
Drinking all his blood. Rips the dick off.
And then she throws up on him.
Yeah. She really did not like Patrick.
She was like, he's trash. While he was my favorite actor, she hated him.
Yeah, literally.
She's like, your blood's not even good enough for me.
Ooh.
Fucking pukes on him. Ugh.
That's really telling on the person.
And Clint's kind of flopping around. Like, I'm like, boy, why are you just kind of chilling there? Like, he's sitting with Shane's dead body for a hot second.
He's just so, like, fucking, like, traumatized by what's even happening in the moment. Yeah. He's just like, what? I'm thinking he's thinking in his fucking head, I didn't even want to fucking come out and do this.
And now here we are, we're all dead.
Literally.
I'm gonna die. And he's running around, and the stair scene is very iconic. That is the part that I think I remember the most when I think of VHS. Like that scene when she's coming down the stairs and when he fucking breaks.
Yeah, when he breaks his wrist falling down.
That is nasty. And that was some good
the practical effects are pretty good.
Real good.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And then she tries sucking him off. She looks up. No light.
Literally. Well, no, bitch. You just killed my two friends in front of me.
And your head split open.
My wrist is fucking broken.
Yeah, sorry.
Can't get it up right now.
Time getting it up. A lot of traumatizing things just happened. He's probably got a little bit of whiskey dick too.
Yeah,
who knows?
Probably. But yeah, no like, and that she does not like that.
Yeah, she goes sobs, and then he gets out. Still a surprisingly long amount of time it takes him to get up and start running.
That was his time to escape. But,
and then all these fucking people again, not that he's like. Bah, bah, bah. That just shows when you're bloody, like no one's gonna help you.
That's true. Nobody wants to get involved. They're like, that is not my drama.
Yep. They closed the curtains. I saw nothing.
Literally.
And
or who knows? Maybe this is just a weekly thing for them. They're like, oh, she got another one.
Everyone's getting murdered here. Yeah, they just turn a blind eye. They're like, well, if we give some unsuspecting humans to her, she won't come get us.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Anyways, these men deserve to die. So
the ending reminds me. I don't know if any of y'all have watched Hemlock Grove.
I haven't seen that. Is that a series?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got Skarsgård in it.
Alexander.
No, Bill.
Bill. Oh, Pennywise.
Yes. And the first season was amazing. Second season was okay. And then the third season was like, what the fuck? And this reminded me of, I think it was the ending of the second season before the third season came out. Or maybe it was the end of the third, a whole end of the series. I don't know. The ending was trash.
Yeah.
But that ending
reminded you of that?
Yeah, because there's a big like flying creature and
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then she picks him up with her little talons.
Yeah. So Clint, was trying to get away from her. Nobody's helping him. But then Lily, who turns into this winged creature, just
sucks him right up
into the air. So
and that's how it ends.
Yeah. And so would you say she's like a demon, like a harpy, like a succubus, like a mixture of all of that?
Yeah, she's some sort of the harpy sounds right.
Yeah, right.
Maybe some sort of blood sucking.
A banshee? No, but banshees don't have wings like that. Yeah, I don't know my lore.
I don't either.
I'll have to get into it. But I mean, I like that ending to that one. I thought it was pretty. Yeah,
it's fun. And then you get brought back to the real world, where first guy is now missing.
Brad.
He's not there.
Yeah.
The body's still in the chair behind him though. So that part hasn't. The body disappears, I think, after the second and fourth tape. But they're still walking around. They haven't found this tape yet, and they go downstairs into the basement where they then find a bunch of VHS
There's so many more VH tapes.
And you see that weird naked person
The
walking around. Yeah. That's just a whole ass naked person. They walk behind the little thing, and someone's like, dude, I literally just saw someone. And they're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, you fucking did.
Literally.
Maybe you should believe him. You've broken into a house with a dead man. Maybe something killed him. Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. And it's always like kind of scary in movies too, when you're like, there's the scenes when it's all dark and just something swift moving, you know, that they can't see it. I mean, it's illuminated for you because you'd have to see, you know, what's about to happen to whoever the people are or protagonists. But yeah, that's always spooky for me. Yeah. Because like then I constantly, I don't know if it's like my mind plays tricks on me, but like I like see a shadow move or something, like, you know, the lighting.
Oh yeah, I see that shit out of the corner of my eyes all the time.
Literally. I'm like, sometimes you have to stare a little longer. I'm like, did I? No.
Yeah, I just ignore them sometimes.
Come in peace.
I'm like, ooh.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't rap, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what.
I didn't see that. Just like the bloody people.
Turning the blind eye. Yep. Literally.
But so then it goes back up. Another guy's gone into the room. Doesn't question where his buddy is.
No.
But that the video camera is still rolling in there. And so he's just like, okay, well. And then he puts a film in. And it's like, what? Why? Okay.
Still.
The actual plot of the film will kind of ignore that.
Yeah.
But the sub-films within it are
good. With
the exception of the third film on this one for me, I think they're all fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I love them. When the second one started, because I guess it had been enough of a time that I was like, I really remember the first one.
Yeah.
And then this second one I remember too. But like, so once it started, I was like, oh, I literally put, this one's wild. And I was excited for it once it started. So I was like, yay, I get to watch this one again. So that was cool. But it's the second film. We've got a couple,
Sam and Stephanie,
on a sort of honeymoon.
Yeah.
And
it's like a second honeymoon, I guess.
Yeah, because the film itself is called Second Honeymoon.
Yeah.
And she's video recording, and you can kind of tell from the get that she's got a little bit of a bone to pick with him. She plays real nice, but like
that passive aggressiveness.
Yeah. She's like, the first memory is him peeing, like in the car. And so she's like already not I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was a big plot twist for me. And so going back, I don't think I would have picked up on that there. I think I only picked up on it this time knowing.
Because you already know what's going to happen. So you're like, the detail.
Because I remember being like, oh, fuck, when the plot, which we'll get there. Yeah. But, yeah. And so they're out traveling around, doing a little travel kind of vlog of their honeymoon. And it kind of reminds me of that case that's currently happening right now. Like, with
Gabby and her,
whatever.
And the Brad guy.
Yeah.
Right? Which they just found his remains. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
So I was like, ooh, because when they were out there in the desert and stuff, I was like, that it gives me kind of that vibes, obviously.
And I mean, honestly, too, I mean, that is very, like, I didn't catch on to that story, honestly, until it was already, like, probably a few weeks in. You know, then I started paying attention to the news because I hadn't in a while. I was like, oh, there's a whole ass woman missing. Yeah. Not again. Not another white woman
once they
missing.
Found her remains and then the credit card usage and stuff.
It's like, you know, like movies Gone Girl or like anything. I mean, except she really died. But yeah, that's wild. It's crazy to think that stuff like that even happens. But it happens every day. People be dying all the time.
So like this film could totally happen. Yeah. Which is what makes it, I think, terrifying.
Okay. And so anyways, they go to the Wild West themed, the Wild West Junction. It's an attraction.
She tells him he can't pull off cowboy boots. He does look like he'd wear a cowboy hat, though. When she's like, yeah, you could pull that off. I'm like, yeah, he does look like he would wear a cowboy hat.
She wasn't just gaslighting him. She was.
But they go to, what is it? Pico or Pecco's Pete or something.
Something like that.
The
mechanical fortune teller.
Yeah. Western Zoltar.
Yeah.
And basically. She's like, have you seen the movie Big? Which I was like, oh, that's fun.
And he's a prospector. Yeah.
And and he asked her, he goes, are you afraid of your future? And because she was like, I don't know if I want to pay. And he was like, are you afraid of your future? And I put, nah, but you should be afraid of yours, bud.
Literally.
And the future is pretty spot on.
What
Fortune.
Yeah.
That's the word I meant.
Yeah.
Fortune spot on, saying she's going to find a loved one. Yeah. A loved one will come.
Yeah.
And then all of her, like, pretty much everything will be settled and everything will be good. And so it's like, and you can tell that she's sitting there thinking that in her mind too, like at that point. Again,
the gears are turning.
If you've seen it before, this is not something I feel like you catch on the first time.
Because you don't know what's really going on.
Yeah. Unless you're super smart, and I guess I'm not.
I think that's probably what they want you to. That's what they want you.
Yeah, they want you to be fooled.
And in other movies too, I've noticed too. Like it's when you watch it and then you go back and you're like, there's so much foreshadowing. Yeah.
The little things here and there that once you know, you see.
It's like this whole time is right in front of my face. Yeah.
And so they are spelling it out for you, but subtly enough, like this girl is doing a good job. Like she has this all fooled. And so then we get back to the hotel scene, and you know he's trying to film her again, or not again, but once again, people being filmed without their consent.
And you know it's a running theme for the whole movie, you know, because that's literally what's happening in all of them.
Yeah,
and even in like the bigger story, you know, and how that guy was like, oh, he loves your work.
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
Because they already seen it.
It's creepy.
Yeah,
and so I get like that he's trying to be cute and sexy or whatever, and like given, I would be okay like with that if I was in the mood.
Consent. Yeah.
But she says stop like 18 times and he doesn't. And then he's like, he's acting so annoyed. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. You're lucky you even get to see her naked. So move along.
And also too, I mean, like, I don't know. Sure, I wouldn't mind, but what's like the fascination of recording yourself? Like, why? Why would like?
So you can go back and watch it.
I get, but like, why?
I don't know. It's kind of hot to have a camera. knowing that
do
it's
it.
on. Sometimes
it.
it's just kind of a turn on.
Oh, okay. I'll have to try it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'm just like, or you could just do it for real. But like, then I guess not.
Do what for real?
Like the sexy time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just fun to have the camera too.
That's your kink.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay. I like it. I'm not shaming
If I'm
you for
into it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna say I haven't done it. So.
No, I think more so too though. But I'm just saying, I think more so in like the sense of like how he gets so frustrated. Of like, I just want to fucking record you. Like,
yeah,
whoa, chill.
yeah,
like,
chill the fuck out.
That ain't
just
that big a deal.
Set it
Maybe
down
next
and then
time.
do actual sex. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
more
it's
along
only
that.
hot when
The other
everyone's
person wants it.
consenting. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, no, this isn't fucking okay.
Yeah.
But so then they're sleeping, and both
Mhm.
of them are being recorded now.
Yeah.
And I remember freaking the fuck out the first time I saw that because, someone had already come and knocked on the door.
Ask for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then, so now someone's in
For the next day. Yeah.
their little hotel room and that's recording them. Go and put his toothbrush in the toilet. Nice and petty.
Literally.
I was like,
and then
funny.
and stroking her butt with the switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The little knives.
Yeah.
And
Take some money.
also
The toothbrush.
but
What? No, say it.
no.
Okay. Another kink? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, so then we get to the murder. That's really
Yeah.
where. And I forgot she fucking murders him that way. Like he's just sitting there. He wakes up, brushes his teeth and
Yeah.
stuff, and then they go
With
back to
his-
sleep the next day.
With his nasty ass toothbrush.
Yeah. And man, the way that she just like
Yeah. literally.
shoves it right into his
Well, and then
throat.
he accuses her of stealing from the money from him. She's like, bitch, no, I didn't
No,
know.
I didn't. And then
For
so
real.
she fucking kills him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty up close death.
Yeah.
Like you get a lot of blood in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood.
And
He's choking on his own blood.
she's just kind of wriggling that knife around in his throat. Just like, it's such a clean entrance too. It's like, and then she just goes like, and is just wriggling it around.
Gets it going.
Just really stirring the
Literally.
pot. Fucking his whole esophagus.
And then finally you get to see the woman and she's wearing that mask, a
Mhm.
porcelain mask. Does it remind you of your dolls?
No.
And then yeah.
So now she's chill with being recorded with her outer top on too, because then they're making out her
Literally.
and the girl, and so the girl was in on it, which
Yeah.
was the big twist.
The big
and
twist. That was her lover.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so they came to kill her fiance, husband, whatever the fuck it is. And so I that was a pretty big shock for me whenever
you didn't see it coming.
yeah. And they like were making out. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
I was like, shit.
Oh, no, I'm here for it.
Yeah. And so that part I was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah.
And then it just ends.
And
It
that's
cuts
yeah.
and it's like
I mean, well, they're driving away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and they're
yeah.
kind of carrying on and
But yeah, that's pretty much the climax of the movie. Yes.
yeah, the second film. And so
Or-
then we get
mhm.
back to the real film, real world.
Literally.
I don't know. And now the dead guy is gone.
Yeah.
So second
How do you not notice that?
friend is gone. Dead guy's gone. Yeah.
And how do you not notice that a fucking body
is gone.
got up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
well, probably I guess made him unconscious, and if you're so wrapped up in the film,
I
that
guess.
they
Is that the
went
power of
tunk.
the VHS?
maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're watching it, then maybe you wouldn't notice that the guy is moving behind you, and then they knock you unconscious or something, take you out.
Maybe. I just feel like you feel the air change when people move around. You're like hear a little noise. I don't know.
Well, these men are very unobservant,
That's on brand. That is on brand for the men.
as we have seen.
Started out from the top. Anyways.
Then we get to the third film. Other guy comes in, starts watching it.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't really like this one.
No.
This one doesn't hold my attention too much. I do like the little slips between reality and
Mhm.
like the camera showing it. So what's happening is these friends are going on a camping trip, and they're going back to this place, and this one girl is like telling them about these murders that happened, and
Trying to spook them.
yeah, it's kind of like it's like a spooky ghost story.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy recording, he keeps going like, what the fuck is up with this camera?
Yeah.
Because as he's recording certain things, you can
Like
see
glitches of images of like mutilated bodies and stuff. Yeah.
you can see the murder slipping into that. Like it keeps showing the past murders that had happened. Homeboy, now his acting was trash. Paul or whatever. Maybe his name wasn't Paul. That was the other movie. I saw Dune last night.
I watched Dune the other day.
His name's Paul.
It was pretty good. Yeah,
I actually really liked it.
I really liked it too.
When it was done, my brother goes, "That was a 2-hour-long intro," and I was like, "Yeah, it really is.
It really is. Yeah."
But anyways,
Joey,
is that who gets his throat slit?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, his acting's pretty trash. The one that she comes up to and is like, "I want to fuck you." Yeah. She's essentially uses them all as bait.
Oh, you mean Spider? My bad. Isn't it Spider?
Spider. I don't know.
Okay. Anyways,
I don't know his name. He gets his throat slit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They're all like there, and then she tells them the ghost story, seemingly, and then two friends get killed. They get like kind of picked off, and she does not seem at all bothered.
Not at all.
One girl was doing her little thing. I don't know. She pissed behind a tree, and then all of a sudden a knife is through her eye, and that's like she turns.
That was Samantha.
Yeah. And her boy is like, "Oh fuck! Look, your eye!" Like, no shit, her eye, dude, has got a fucking knife through it.
Literally, and tries to get away, but no. Cannot get away.
He gets killed right after. And then what's her face comes and picks up the camera like nothing ever happened. And then she walks up to Chody boy. He just looks like a chode.
Chody.
And she's like, "I want to fuck you."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Do you not want to fuck me?" She was like, "Let's get in the water and fuck each other." And then he was like, "Wait, those murders were real, right? I remember it." And then glitchy murder man comes up. I don't know what he is. Like I'm very confused about.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's an interesting concept. I really do like it.
Interjecting it into the camera.
The
technology.
The fact basically. That like it is a murder. It's kind of like Krueger. Yeah. I think it's a murder that can't be solved. Yeah. Particularly.
Because there's nothing really because it's supernatural. Basically, it has to be.
It's a ghost killing him.
A ghost in the machine.
Technological ghost.
Yeah.
iCloud
Literally.
Ghost.
Imagine.
Ghost Cloud.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that our future? AI taking over?
Yeah. Eagle Eye told us all about that.
Oh, yeah.
I forget about that movie sometimes. For some reason, that's the main AI film that comes to my brain. Anyways.
That was a good movie.
It was.
Yeah, I liked it.
Kind of.
It's got Shia, though. A little problematic.
Anyways.
Don't want to talk about that.
Homeboy gets his throat slit.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to set traps to get the guy. And she really kind of sucks at it.
It's
not really well planned out.
Because it gets revealed that she was there before. Her friends got killed.
Now, all of her other friends got killed. It just happened to her twice, and this time she gets her entrails pulled out, which was fun. Not really. I was just like, man, he really went kind of overkill.
I'm looking it up, and it's called the glitch. That's sort of what it's credited as. Just the glitch. Yeah.
So it's a little glitch in the Matrix coming through. Murdering people. Yeah. Another realm. Yeah. I don't know. Again, not my favorite film. The acting in this one was pretty shit. I do like the weird scenes that.
But then she becomes the glitch right at the end of it.
Does she? I just know she gets killed.
I guess that's what it interpreted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like then she becomes like person.
Cool.
Huh. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, because whenever she was dying, like her body was like twitching and all that stuff. And then, it's like, well, and also just in reading too up on it, I guess what it's supposed to be is that, she's becoming cycle. It herself. Yeah, she's becoming that.
Cool. Well, that makes it a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Anyways, that one ends. We get back to the real world.
The main story. Whatever is happening here, the
dead guy is back in the chair this time. And then we get...
But the other guy is missing now. The guy who was watching it.
Other guy's missing. And then Zach, the guy who had unconsensual fucking video going during sex, he comes in, real slimy looking motherfucker. And then the fourth film starts.
Gets put in, yes.
And like my first note is this one is fucked up if I remember correctly, and
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, it's titled "The
one's
Sick
dark.
Thing That Happened to Emily When She Was Younger."
What a name.
That's the whole title, literally.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one we've got a girl. It starts
Yeah.
with a couple,
Mhm.
and they are
They're
FaceTiming,
face video chatting, Yeah.
Zooming.
Whatever it is at this time.
What was that called? I
Um.
used to do that with all my friends.
Yeah, but I used like
Skype.
Skype. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
I
Skype.
used. There was a different one, MSN Messenger or something like that.
I used Skype
Yeah.
when I was in like 2012. So
Yeah.
I guess this is a little bit earlier though.
Also,
But-
remember that whole time when people would get on like Chat Roulette or Omegle
Mhm.
and like just talk to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
I
my
did
friends
that
would
all
do
the time.
that. Yeah, literally all the time.
But
So definitely see some things you shouldn't see.
yes. Oh my
Ugh.
goodness, yes.
Literally. Okay, yeah. So they're talking.
And then she does
Um,
consensually show her boobies.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yeah, we're all
And
here for consent.
they're really honestly not my favorite boobies. They're a little too
Are you gonna give her 2?
long.
I mean, not even that.
All boobies are great, but I just don't. I don't like these ones.
Hey, not her, there's a boob for everyone out there and someone for every boob.
Yes.
So
I feel bad putting a number on her though because I didn't like them. I only want to give
positive.
5s.
yeah,
Yeah.
5s. A for effort.
So 5 because she consented. And so we've got this couple. He's
Mhm.
seemingly cross country,
yeah,
getting his
doctorate. Yeah.
or he's becoming a doctor.
Mm-hmm. And so
And-
she's like, boyfriend, look,
Yeah. She's
Mhm.
got some weird thing in her arm.
literally.
She keeps messing with it. And he's like, hey, no, maybe stop that. And
Mm-hmm.
she's telling him about all the weird sounds.
The weird noises she's hearing
And he's just like, oh, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Blah, blah,
until
blah.
a small ghostly child
Yeah.
just like rushes into her room and slams the door fucking shut.
Little human thing. It was so funny. It just fucking boom.
Literally. Oh yeah, for real.
It cracked me up. But that's fucking terrifying if that was
Yeah,
to happen
honestly.
in real life.
Mhm.
And then she was like, you weren't recording? And really, this motherfucker's gaslighting the hell out of her.
Yeah.
So bad. So bad.
Yeah.
And the next morning he goes, maybe it was just a breeze. And I was like, boy, you saw
No.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw it.
He's
It's
trying to
just not a
rationalize and explain
breeze.
it. But that's what most people do in all scary movies.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. That's ugh. And then she's
yeah.
really going at her arm
Yeah.
the next morning when they're talking about it. And oh God. It's fucking she's really, really going at it. And he's
Mhm.
like, okay, stop.
Oh, yeah.
And but then
Yeah.
the next night it happens again, or I don't know if it's the next night.
I think it is the next night. I
But-
would assume it's the next night.
They call
Ugh.
each other, and
Yeah.
she doesn't have a flashlight or anything, so she uses a camera flash, which
Mhm.
is like, okay, at this point, just turn your fucking light on.
Yeah.
But cinematically, it's very nice because
Yeah.
then,
It
well,
adds to the nuance.
it's
the
so
effect.
dark, and
yeah.
then you get the bright flash.
Because then yeah, that's how it shows it, and then you feel like you are in that character's spot as well. So it's like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little human shows up, and when they hiss, it's like
Literally.
That part to me was just
Yeah.
pretty comical.
Finally, after turning on the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She runs back into her room and she's like, what? Like she's remarkably
fuck?
calm.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not calm, but I'm
But
just like, why aren't
Not
you
as
calling the fucking
hysterical.
police?
Yeah. As
Call
one
the
should
police.
be.
Someone is in your fucking house.
Mhm.
I mean, I know she thinks it's a ghost, but it's like, no,
Yeah.
girl.
Or leave.
Yeah.
Or leave.
Get out of there.
Yeah, literally.
Like, and why
Leave.
is he so calm? Like that, I mean, should be a red flag that maybe he's not a good person.
Yeah. Literally.
But I don't fucking know. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then
Anyways, she's
they call again, and this
Mhm.
time she's digging inside her arm.
yeah.
She is like,
There's obviously not something right.
Yes.
Like, going on here. Like
Yeah.
that's OCD too, and like well, yeah.
to the point where like she had
It's
a
raw.
hole
It's raw
in
yeah,
her
hole.
arm,
Mhm.
and she was like putting a fucking like what was it, the backside of a tweezers or
Mhm.
something around like under the skin,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
she was trying to get it, and it was like
Does stuff like that make you gag or like gross you out?
That part I was just like, no, it just made my arms hurt. Like my
Mhm.
forearms got really like
Tense.
clenched up. Yeah. Ooh, and that part, oh, it's just so gross.
Yeah.
And then it really escalates to the point where, again, this thing happens and she is then rendered unconscious. And that's when you realize he's in the next room.
Yeah.
Or right around the like corner or something.
Yeah.
And these two little kids are there just watching. They've sitting over her.
Yeah.
And then he walks in.
The boy and the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in and then cuts her stomach open.
Yeah.
Pulls out a baby. A
Like a
weird
yeah.
humanoid baby thing. I don't know if this thing is like half human because then he's talking to someone.
Yeah. Well, they end up they're not ghosts, they're aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah. They're aliens. Yeah.
So that's gross. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the next day
she was an incubator.
Yeah. And the next time,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, because then he was there and
like
had to explain it away. But she is recovering.
Yeah.
And she looks beat the fuck up, rightly so.
Yeah.
And she's diagnosed with schizoaffecta or something. It's a lower
schizoaffective. Yeah.
Schizoaffective. And basically she's just like, I guess I'm just crazy. And she's like saying like, you deserve someone better than me. And it's like, bitch, no, you deserve someone better than him.
Literally, he's gaslighting her the entire time.
And she's like,
these aliens.
I love you. And he doesn't say anything back. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then it shows the next girl. And she's talking about her arm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's doing this
to multiple people.
To all the people.
Yeah. And it's a tracking device. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
so,
it's just sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, man, what a piece of trash. Again. And I put, these men are all trash.
Literally. It's a running theme.
We go back to main film. Dead guy is now again gone. And last friend is too. And then Gary's walking around, sees like Zach's head fucking roll.
Literally.
Like, because he finds Zach's body.
Yeah.
And he's not like really doing anything. And I'm like, dude, your friend is
literally
has no
trash.
head.
Yeah. The way he's like unbothered.
Yeah.
Literally. Mm-hmm.
He's just like, oh.
It was another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was seemingly one of your best friends. And his head, I just hit my headphones. His head is just rolls around in front of you.
But then, then he gets attacked. Mr. Gary.
Good.
And then
he's fucking trash.
And then
he's the worst
once again, I mean, they're not the same, I guess, stories, but like a set of stairs derails them trying to get out.
Yeah.
And he breaks his ankle.
Ouch.
And then ouch. So we got a broken wrist and a broken ankle so far. A lot of death.
Yeah.
And he's killed by the old man that is now, I guess, a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Some sort of humanoid.
Some sort of just monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe half dead, half. Yeah, I guess he could be a zombie.
Yeah.
Or he just wasn't dead and he's just here to actually kill them. Yeah. It was like bait.
And then we get to
the films as bait.
Yeah, literally. And then we get to
the fifth and final film.
Yeah, which just I guess plays itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody else is there to push in the date.
Yep. And this house is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Also, him going as a nanny cam is kind of funny. So this one is the one that takes place on Halloween night, 1998.
1998. There were nanny cams back then? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, that makes sense. What, we discovered that in the 90s, that surveillance became more popular. Mm-hmm. But it's been around since the 70s.
Yes. And so he went as he's in like a teddy bear onesie and then had a camera attached to his forehead. So he's a nanny cam, which was pretty clever. And him and his friends, they seem...
Which is, I guess, what is up with these people and wanting to record everything?
Yes, I know.
But also
I guess like the whole
good excuse to have a fucking camera or something. I'm a nanny cam.
Yeah.
I'm a nanny cam.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
And then I guess this movie wouldn't be possible without...
Yeah. Do that. Yeah.
But the house that they go to for this Halloween party is like my dream house. I love that house. Yep. Everything, the aesthetic in it. I was like, yes, this is great. I can see all my little dolls living here.
Aww.
And it would have been so cute.
Yeah, yeah. All the spook, all the haunt, all the fright, the macabre. But yeah.
they they go around and they're trying to get into this house because no one's answering the door.
Which they should think like,
that's kind of odd,
right? Maybe this
like,
isn't
this
the
is
right
a
house.
weird party, and they're like, "Oh, the lights are on. It has to be their light." Like, people leave their lights on all the time. That doesn't mean you can just walk
Not an open
in
invitation
to their fucking house.
Yeah.
Ugh. And then one of them, I put, "Ew, warm beer," because someone commented while they were walking around. He's like, "My beer's warm," and I was like,
"Yeah, it's gross."
I was like, "Pour that shit right out, then, dude.
Grab another one."
But they're walking around. They finally get into this house.
Yeah.
Walking around it, and they're like, "This is a pretty dumb haunted house." Blah blah blah. And then if you're paying attention, like all the little chairs keep moving around the house. You see someone sitting in them a few times, but the chairs, like especially after the one scene where he pans to the mirror and he sees someone sitting in the chair, and then he looks back and no one's in the chair. I love that scene. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Stuck with you.
Yes. But like after that, you can really become aware of the chairs sitting.
Yeah. All the paranormal activity happening. All the,
because then after the, like, he was like, "Ooh, the hand started coming out of the wall and stuff too." He's like, "I've never seen anything like that." Like, these motherfuckers don't realize that they are in an actually haunted house.
Giving me very the haunting of Hill House, the haunted, all the little baby cherubs and arbs coming out of the
exactly
walls.
That's what I was thinking too.
Freddy Krueger coming out of the wall. Yeah.
With the exactly. And so after they run out of there, there's a chair in the walkway of which they had just, I think, came through right before that.
Yeah.
And so these chairs are moving on their own, and it seems like Bear Guy is kind of getting it, but also not. Yeah. He's like, well, something is a little off here.
It's the way that everybody in all these films just is like, it's not that wrong.
Yeah. I'll just brush it off.
Yeah, literally.
I put, these motherfuckers think it's all a joke, but it's a very haunted house.
Literally. Very much so.
And they keep exploring, which is like, again, this house is empty. Don't you think you're in the wrong house?
I mean, apparently, I guess they thought their friend was really setting them up for a really realistic party. Like, yeah, and they just happened to be the only ones there, the first ones there. Like, nah.
No.
Wrong.
That's not really how
house.
It works. And then they hear chanting and stuff, so they're like, "Oh, the party's upstairs," which is...
There is a party happening upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not a party I would not want to be in. The stairway through the bathroom, pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
Just like...
It adds to it.
Yeah, like, that's such an odd place to get access to an attic.
But yeah, old houses though too, like, you know?
Yeah. And just through a bathroom is, I've never seen that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird
really
placement.
Weird.
Yeah.
Makes it somewhat creepier in my mind.
Yeah,
it's very
because it's almost like it's hidden. Like it's supposed to be a keeper.
Frank.
It's like, kept away. Yeah. I get what you mean.
Anne Frank was the girl that they had captured up there. Not really. I don't know what's wrong with me.
R.I.P. Anne Frank is still alive somewhere.
Yeah, so is Anastasia.
Literally.
But some weird ass cult shit's going on up there.
So
they are chanting like,
go to the attic. There are this men around a young woman.
They've got her tied up. She's in a white dress.
Yeah. They're performing an exorcism. Is it an exorcism?
I think they were just going to sacrifice her.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a sacrifice to some sort of god.
Yeah, some deity.
Yeah. And they were just chanting and...
Yeah, and then the boys join in.
Yeah, and that's when they realize, like, oh. And I can see, like, especially, like, if you've already had a few drinks in you, too, like, and you think that this is a house, like, and it's a haunted house or something, and that if your friend, like, notoriously puts it on, that part did seem almost scripted.
Yeah.
Like, when you're going up there, like, oh, we found the big, like, scene. Yeah. You know? Because, like, in haunted houses, you do come across things like that.
You do. It's very staged, orchestrated. It's supposed to spook you. Yeah.
And then, like, you don't know if the person, like, that's the perfect place, honestly, to, there's a whole hell house and everything.
Yeah.
All of those are because it's all based on, you know, haunted houses and stuff like that, in which these crimes take place, and you don't question it because you think it's an act, but it's not. It's actually happening, and you're like, oh fuck.
That's the way, like, that's part of what I talked before too, with like the irrational fear of going to haunted houses. Sometimes it's like, what if it's the one time you go and like some murderers or something, some satanic cult slipped in and they're like doing something.
You actually get murdered.
Yeah, literally. And you would just think like, oh, this is, So I feel that
Yeah.
they're very much into the fantasy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then the people start flying.
Yeah.
And then that's when they're like,
fuck. Yeah.
Okay, what?
Literally.
Because they're screaming at them and they're like, okay, okay, chill. And then, one of the cult men gets like yanked up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then another one does too. By something. An invisible force.
Yeah.
And then the guys are like, oh shit, okay, we should get out of here. They start running down, and then Nanny Cam, they get almost out of the house successfully. Nanny Cam guy's like, we have to go back and get her.
Yeah.
Which is like, kudos to you.
You
are
almost
not
decent
trash.
guy. Yeah. And this whole
you want to go back and get her. And then like some of them were like, no, like literally. Let's get out of here. And then, which honestly, they could have gone for help and probably
returned.
It seemed that something was taking care of those men anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe they should have just gone for help. But I would have hoped that someone would have come back for me too. So
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he goes back up and they get her down.
Mm-hmm.
The other people are getting ripped up. They get into an altercation with one of them because he's trying to stop them from stabbing her and shit, or from taking her. Yeah.
And leaving with their sacrifice or whatever. I'm sure they need to not be getting attacked right now.
They're probably sacrificing her to appease whatever the fuck demonic entity is in that house, which I think is her, because she's also a ghost. But they take her, they go into the basement, and at first I was like, why the fuck are you going into the basement?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, they're trying to get out of the house. Like the way that when they're coming down, the house starts coming to actual life. Like there's some poltergeist, there's shit being
monster
thrown.
House.
Yeah. Like the hands are coming out of the walls everywhere. The way that the door closes up, like the window, how it just like disappears is like, oh. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
That's good.
And
Special effects.
Yeah. I put that it does get a little cheesy when they're trying to escape, but overall I thought it was very good. And like when you're going into each scene and like each little room, and then all of a sudden you've got the chairs like all in weird things and the vase is flying at you. And
I mean, imagine running through all that trying to fucking escape for your life.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, literally.
I would be freaking out too.
Yeah.
And having hands come out of the wall at me. Yeah. Like, so like when I put myself in that situation with him, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh shit, it's not something you can control.
Yeah.
At all, which is what makes paranormal stuff the most terrifying.
Even super spookier.
Yeah. Because
it's very frightening.
You're fighting something that's not there.
And you can't fight it. There's no way to fight it.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is just like,
put your crucifix up.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, so they're leaving, they get in the car, they're driving away, and then the car stops.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where the fuck
And they were
bitch?
taking very good care of her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And then my immediate reaction was like, turn on your fucking GPS. And then I was like, oh, it's 98. And he's got the map out, and I was like, ah. But I was like, maybe you don't know I don't think they drove so far to be in a different city where they don't know. I'm like, you don't know how to get to the hospital? Like,
don't know.
I don't know. Most of the time when I go places, I have pretty good directional memory though. Like, if I go there.
But they must have been. Maybe they just didn't know the area at all. Yeah, probably.
I guess it was brand new and they're panicking.
Yeah. So the shock.
Yeah, they've got a girl bleeding in their back seat, and they just
imagine trying to read a map.
Yeah.
Be like,
I would be so stressed. I would be like, please just kill me now.
Literally.
And
the will too. I'm just like, honestly, like, girl, if this is how I'm supposed to go, it's how I'm supposed to go.
Yep. The car starts freaking out though, and then all of a sudden she's gone.
Yep.
And they're like, where the fuck is she?
Literally.
Yeah. And then you see her in front of the car, and it's like, oh. And at this point, the car's taken over. There's no moving. The doors are locked. They are trapped. And then they see the train.
They are on some train tracks.
And you're like, oh. And
the bird in the flock of birds. The girl in the flock of the birds, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That did it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
And then, so they're on the train tracks. Can't do anything about it. And
they're
then,
stuck. Bam. I put 10 out of 10. I fucking love that ending.
Yeah.
I think it's great that it just cuts off there.
That's it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And then it goes back into the VHS, and then some like home video footage for the kind of thing for the ending title sequence. And I love that ending. And I said, with the exception of the third film, I really love this whole movie. Like so fucking
was
much.
the glitch one. Yeah.
That one was just a little like, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
That one I was just kind of like, I don't know. But the other ones, loved it. So ratings.
Ratings, yes. Okay. Let's see. Overall, man, this is really hard because it's also like it's an anthology. Like there's little videos within the whole thing, so it's like
there's 5 movies essentially that we just had
basically mini little films. Yeah.
Within this one movie.
I would give it I'd give it a 3.5.
3.5.
3.5 for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I think 4.5.
4.5 for you?
I mean, from the first time I saw this movie, I was like, yes, I love this. I thought it was such a cool idea. I am a big fan of found footage genre. I think it's really fucking neat.
I like it. I do like it. The only thing that with found footage, just as long as it's not too shaky camera
Does it make you a little seasick?
Ooh, yeah, because I know it's one of your favorites. I think you told me about the As Above, So Below.
Yes.
When I first watched it in theater, I honestly had to walk out. Because I was so like.
There's a part in
motion
94
sickness.
that we'll talk about that I wrote. This gives me some As Above, So Below vibes. I love that movie so much.
And so but I rewatched it back at home, but I literally had to be like not focused on it. I don't know what it is.
That's funny that Blair Witch is a favorite of yours, though.
I think that's more so to even more nostalgia though.
Oh, okay.
Back then,
because I was like, that one is
shaky.
That one will make you
Town.
get a little bit
literally.
Ooh, like, I'm getting actual motion sickness from it. I really do love this movie. I thought it was awesome. Came out in 2012.
Yep.
VHS 2 came out in 2013. They wasted no time, and then Viral's 2014, and then it really took them a
good while for VHS 94.
Maybe they took their time with it, and
a lot of 94s coming out.
Yeah.
84s and 94s. No problem with it. I was born in 94.
It's got a nice
you too.
Nice ring to it. Came out in 94. Yeah.
I came out in 94.
I came out in 94.
I came out in 94. What'd you come out of, Caitlin?
My mom's vagina. Fresh up out the womb.
Same.
From 94.
Me too. It's the only vagina I've been in and out of ever since.
I love it.
Literally. It's the only pink I've seen.
Oh my God.
So we gave our B ratings. So you got a 3.5 from me, a 4.5 from you. I guess overall that makes a 4.
VHS,
right?
yes.
For
overall,
VHS.
4.
Yeah. That's how many boos we get.
That's right. And as always, we are in the lovely Rogue Media Network studios. They take great care of us. They are the reason we sound this great.
Yep.
And they've got so many fucking shows.
Literally
anything you could ever want to listen to. Just go look at it.
Yeah.
We've got Poltergals telling you some ghost stories. We've got Long Box comics.
Yeah.
They actually make comics.
They do make comics.
And they're all phenomenal artists, and you can go check them out.
Go look them up on the good old
Some
Instagram.
of the fun ones you can find on this network. You can find us on social media
at BooBaes Podcast. All one
is on Instagram. Yes.
Yep. All one word. BooBaes Podcast. Not babes, but baes.
That's right. BAES. And then you can listen to us on pretty much any streaming platform you want to find us on. Biggest ones being Apple and
Spotify.
Yeah, those are
also
really the big
Stitcher,
ones.
On
Google Play and Pandora.
There we go. Yeah. And a host of other.
Yeah, you can find us anywhere. But don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to us on whatever platform you choose, especially on Apple Podcasts. Those subscribes and reviewing really help us a lot.
Yes.
So please do it. If you got the time, it takes like 2 seconds.
And don't forget to also leave your your ratings for these movies too on our Instagram. We like to hear what y'all think about,
the films too.
Yes.
Yeah. We definitely want this to be a discussion with each other. Like, we want it to be like, this is friends sitting around talking about horror, because that's what it is.
Literally.
So let us know what you think, and we will catch you next time. So bye, baes.
Bye, baes.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't rap, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what.